Okay, so you watch the show. Now it's time to level up. Hit that join button and get the VIP treatment. Early access, behind the scenes, and even shout-outs on the spot. Get in the mix with the real ones, breeders, fans, and all the dog lovers. Join the fam, be a part of something bigger. Starting at just $1, you get access to the best content we got. And that's not all. Members get 10% off all merch and gear. Plus, you're on the priority list for getting your next pup. You're in the loop. To join, just click the join button below this video. Pick your tier and boom, you're part of the squad.
Hey, what's happening?
Good big dog.
Hey, you can't call it might spoil it, man. It is Wednesday, the 16th. Man, what's happening, Dre?
Chilling, big dog. Chilling, man. How you doing?
Man, shoot, just waiting for the morning announcements. But should I go ahead and no, don't worry about it. I'm gonna go ahead and hit them with this, man. Well, you know what it is today. We talking about, man, what happens when if you grab a dog, man, and the information is wrong, and you know you push past it, man, and you know you at a point where you almost at the no return point, man. What do? You know, that's the topic of the day, man. That is the topic of the day. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, yeah, wifey, she got her schedule changed, so she be catching the replays, you know. And Dickie, what's happening, man? Oh goodness. Skip. Mrs. Williams, salute. Man, Dirty Dog in the building. Lil J Casino. What's happening? Yo, fam, back from vacation. Yeah, man. I ain't jumping in here, bro. Yeah.
And y'all already know, man. Big A, can you hear me? Because I'm on my phone this morning.
Yeah, I can hear you. Benny, what's going down? Yeah, man. So, I'm gonna jump into that Bushido code of the day, man. We talking about that integrity. Makato. You know, even when the story ain't straight, your actions must be. The dog you've got is more important than the papers that they came with. Man. Yeah, that's a heavy one, bro. Yeah, quick in the building. Yeah, man.
We can see the big dog.
Yeah, man. And right here we got who is that, Dre? That's what dog is that, Dre? You can't remember?
Nope.
Oh yeah, it's that notorious Hanzo. Yeah, man. Yes, sir. Notorious Hanzo. Yeah, man. Best black dog on YouTube. You know, until somebody take the crown, man. Melee. Hey man, you know what it is. They a couple weeks, man. They on the way. MKM. Yeah. Then we got man, you know who dog that is?
That's Nello.
Yeah, hello. Yeah, that's coming out of Atlanta, Georgia. We got casino, man. Hey,
Hey, it's a dog by Big C that's supposed to be on here too for the puppy of the week.
where it's at?
It's in the WhatsApp. I can't do it right now. I'm on my phone. I mean, I'm using my phone to go out and go get it. But
Yeah, man.
during the last Saturday show.
We gonna have to show that outfit to next week too, man.
Yeah, I know. I talked to somebody yesterday, man.
Yeah, we gonna show that outfit to next week.
Acknowledge.
Yeah, man. He put in the work too.
Yeah.
Speaking of pups, you know who pup that is?
Nope.
Okay. All right. That's Pitwire's pup. What's the name of that dog, man?
I don't know.
Please help me. Where Pitwire's at, man? You know what I'm saying? Hey. Oh man. Okay. All right. Nah, for real, man. What's the name of the dog, Dre?
Overran.
All right. Oran Ishii. Yeah. But that's a good looking pup, man. Yeah, black skin. I mean black mask. Buck skin.
Yeah, she Pitwise had made a post yesterday. And he was soliciting a cameraman for 26th July. Y'all skills, man, holla at him, bro. You know what I'm saying? Holla at him. You know.
Yeah.
Get the business, baby. You know what I'm saying? Get the business.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but yeah, man.
Great legendary brother RBG in the building too. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Lone Wolf, what's happening? Yeah, man. So what's going on, Dre? You all right, bro?
Yeah, I had my alarm on Wednesdays be going off late.
Mm-hmm.
So like I got it set for 3:41 Monday through Friday, but for some reason, because I used to sleep in on Wednesdays because we used to go live on Wednesday nights, and bro, I never got that alarm to change. Like, you know what I'm saying? On Wednesdays, I never got that alarm to change. So
I set a timer sometimes, you know, when that stuff, because I know what you're talking about. Sometimes I set the timer, like the actual timer, just in case.
Yeah.
Got
the Bucks. We came out still, and last night DJ flew back in at 12. So
yeah,
he came up last night, but I'm glad he back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's right. Shoot, DJ on his way, man. He almost there, man. DJ ain't no youngster no more, man.
He started senior year.
Yeah, he almost there.
Mm-hmm.
He came a long way from from the first time I saw him, or the second time I saw him.
Yeah, I ain't gonna like he came back talking about the dogs though. Pissed me off, acting like he know what's going on.
Yeah.
Like, I'm riding in the car like, boy, you don't shut up. You almost this boy, bro. Let me tell you, man. I ain't gonna lie, I'm proud of him because at least he had his phone charged. You know, he's young, but
yeah.
His phone being charged. You know, I'm like, bro, you traveling across country by yourself. You know what I'm saying? He got to the airport. Then, man, I already had an alarm set to wake up and go get him. So I'm out there. You know, I got the Lyft sign on, so I can park in the Lyft parking lot at the airport. For those of y'all that know, that's the cheat code. Most airports have a ride share parking space that's really close to the terminals. And so I'm already parked outside. You know what I'm saying? He called me talking about something. We landed. I'll be I don't have any checked luggage, so I'll be outside in about 5 minutes. I said, boy, all you had to do was text me and say, we landed. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, like, I don't know, you ain't got no checked luggage. Like, I didn't take you to that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't take you to the airport, and we knew you ain't had no checked luggage, boy.
Yeah.
telling me. Yeah, he telling me. But it's all good, man. It's all good, man. He got back to the crib and he went to a basketball camp down in South Carolina. He was talking about that, you know, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I had to give him the business, you know what I mean? We'll do it. Boy, shut up.
Yeah, man. All right. Yeah, who he getting business to? Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he came down here talking, talking that trash, man. I say, man, hey, the essays out here can hoop, man. You know what I'm saying? He's like, nah, I got this.
They're playing short though. He tried to play. He's talking like I'm gonna play him in my slides, boy.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Take this L. You know what I'm saying? He left San Antonio with an L, man. That's how it go, man. Lesson learned, man. But yeah, man, what's up with today, man? Let's get into the topic, bro.
Yeah, man. The pedigree ain't what they say, and you got the dog. Now what?
Mm-hmm.
The pedigree ain't what they say.
Yeah.
Got the dog. Now what?
Yeah.
Let's talk about it, man. This topic alludes to the notorious topic of the paper hung dog. All right. Yeah. And I decided to take y'all to a quick foray into the world of the paper hanger to help you understand how to avoid some of these pitfalls. I think we all have bought papers that have questionable past because you cannot always trust the integrity of the breeder, but you can always trust the integrity of the dog before you.
Mm-hmm. You
cannot always trust the integrity of the breeder, but you can always trust the integrity of the dog before you.
Yeah.
Now, let me give y'all a basic synopsis of how paper hanging can occur and has occurred. One example of paper hanging would be you own two dogs. One dog was infamous or noteworthy and had earned accolades and decorations. With that dog, even after it has passed on, you keep the paperwork and you have another dog that resembles that dog. So you breed it, but you continue to register the puppies to the dog that has passed on. The producer, the performer, whatever that may be, you're breeding those papers, but it's not that dog. Not a lot of people can prove that, especially when it's the male.
Mm-hmm.
When it's the female, typically the ADBA and some other breed registries require a picture of the female in the litter. However, paper hanging can still be done on female dogs as well, because if you have two females that are sisters, litter mates, or that look alike, this can be done. Additionally, even with DNA profile dogs, dog DNA profiling is not as accurate as human DNA profiling. Therefore, if I have a litter mate brother or sister to a dog that has not been DNA profiled, then that family has an incomplete DNA family lineage. Therefore, even when I DNA test the puppy to see if it's bred the way they say it's bred, I would get enough amounts of the same DNA to have it greater than 60%, meaning that a litter mate sister or brother from a DNA test could still show as a positive for the dog that it says on the papers. Okay? Only dogs that have both been DNA profiled have accurate accounts of the DNA, but it's not the only DNA that would give you a percentage greater than 10 or less. Therefore, litter mate sisters, aunts, cousins, moms, dads can throw enough of the DNA to confuse you on a DNA test. You might see something like 68.5%, 75%, or even more, depending on how closely related the dogs were. So anyway, that's how that's one of the ways paper hanging is done. Another way, and I would say the most nefarious way to do it, is to not even take relatives, but to take paperwork for dead dogs, put the paperwork together without reporting the dog's death, and go buy puppies from somebody else and sell them as the puppies that it says on the paperwork. That's probably I would say that's the worst way to do it. That's how you get a dog that look nothing or act nothing like the bloodline that they're supposed to, right?
Yeah.
But so anyways, so that's how it occurs. Watch out for it. There's dogs that I typically avoid because I was taught that these dogs were not bred the way they say they were bred. I'm going to use one for an example. You know what I'm saying? And this is my experience. You might know something different. You might not believe what I'm saying, but I'm gonna tell you what I learned, and I've stayed away from it. There's a dog known as the Red Devil dog. I was taught, and this is before the internet, so this like don't take no shots at other YouTube channels. This is something I learned off the internet. The red dog that was supposed to be a David Tant dog was apparently stolen, and other dogs, even after the dog was stolen or taken from David Tant, there's rumors, and this is rumor mill. This is fake news. This is rumor mill, but this is what I heard, so I just stayed away from it. But after the dog was taken from him, there were still breedings being made off of Red Devil. So when I see that on the pedigree, I typically personally choose to avoid the pedigree just to avoid the headache. Whether it be true or not, it's just something I choose not to do. I'm not telling you what to do or what not to do, but that is an example of what I would consider a bloodline that's questionable or paper home. In another situation, it has been said that Frisco actually had Red Boy blood in him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not Frisco, Dynamite. That does not bother me. I would still buy a dog off of Dynamite because even if the pedigree is not correct, the dog that was used in substitute for the blood was still a dog that I would have purchased a dog off of. So even with the discrepancy, that bloodline of dog is still worthy for purchase to me. Right?
Right.
You bought the dog, not what it says it is. Now you got the dog. Now what? All right. So with the Dynamite thing, I didn't find it out till after I already had a dog with Dynamite blood in it. And seeing the dogs, I was like, I don't care what the mix is. You know, I don't know. I wasn't there, and you will never know either. Or maybe you do. You know, I can't tell you what you know, what you don't know. But after seeing that, I'm like, okay, the dog still perform. You know, the dog still perform. That's an example of, you know, you got the dog. Now what? Do you keep it? With the Red Devil dog, I started noticing characteristics were not traditional to the Red Devil bloodline in the dog's area.
After it was pointed out to you.
What's that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's why these dogs don't look like the original Red Devil dog.
Yeah.
You know. So these are things, like I said, even with Maurice Carver, Earl Tudor, you know, they said that that's the pedigree necessarily been what they say they were. However, no matter what the pedigree was off of their yard, they kept good stock anyways. So a lot of people would overlook the pedigree because they knew it was still from that breeder. It just not might be bred the way they say it was bred, right? Still got to respect the dog, and it's still a dog. Okay. So, Big A, did you want to interject before I go into the dog itself? Because I'm just talking about pedigree right now and the paper hunt side of it.
Yeah. No, that's why I always say, and I do, you know, personally is I try to stay in a place of doing my due diligence and staying within the lines that I can have some kind of control over what I'm seeing and what I'm you know, hearing. You know, mainly being able to reach out and touch the person, being in a regional area, being able to go out and see the yards. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that type of stuff. Yeah. Which limits me. It limits me, but at the same time, I still have somewhat of an advantage.
Yeah, and I do want to say this too, man. This is firsthand experience from my firsthand experience of a gentleman from where I grew up that went down and bought a dog that was supposed to be a Red Devil dog and brought it back home and got clowned off the block because the dog was like a pound dog. You know, one of those stories of dog looks like a pound dog. So this is firsthand experience on that regard, as well as why my belief system is the way it is with that. I stay away from it. If you got it and it works for you, what I'm saying is irrelevant. And that's what we're talking about today, man. Now what? You know, now what?
Yeah. You got some evaluating to do.
What's up?
You got some evaluating to do.
So now you have this dog. For you, it's performing all the tasks that you wanted the dog to do. Do I got an echo?
No, I don't think so. I don't hear it.
All right. You have the dog now, and it's performing all the tasks that you want it to do at a high level. A discrepancy is brought up. What do? What can you do? Can you prove? You can ask the breeder to be honest with you, but if they sold you the dog knowing that they were being dishonest, what are the chances that they're going to correct it for you? You know, what are the chances they're going to lose the integrity of their kennel, or they're going to risk being disbarred from their registry in general for the dishonest practices? All right. But you got the dog and it's performing. Now what? This is where the Neo Dog Man and the Shogun Army, we must stand apart. I personally, if I like the dog, it's already in the registry, and I was not the one or unaware of, I was being bamboozled. You tell the truth. You say, hey, there's discrepancies behind this dog that I can't prove or disprove, but the dogs do what I say they're going to do, and the buck stops with me. All right. I would breed the dogs for the qualities that I say they're going to have, and I would continue the bloodline as is. However, I would only move forward from that point. If I don't know truly what's behind it, or don't believe truly what's behind it, I would never go get it in the first place. But if you already got it and you like the dog, you like the dog. It's already registered, and you don't even know if the rumors are true that it's not what they say it is, right? You don't know. So that would be an assumption at best. We are already told you DNA profiling is not a guarantee unless both parents have been DNA profiled. And even then, you'd want the grandparents and siblings DNA profiled as well, so that you can get a more accurate trace on the blood. Because once again, littermate brothers can be close enough, their blood can be close enough that both can show as the father.
Yeah.
There was a big word I Googled last night that talked about like how females can be bred to two males anyways. But the eggs are dicaudal, I think it's called. Where that's what allows them to be impregnated by more than one male. And that same
my mentor used to do.
That same thing allows you to breed the same male multiple times. It also allows for different percentages or different amounts of certain mitochondrial and paternal DNA to go to transcribe. As an example, you breed a dog over a course of 3 days. Each puppy, depending on when the gestation happened, could look like a different dog in the background of the two parent dogs, because the eggs and the semen that were released could be carrying different DNA strains. All right. Just putting it out there. So as far as DNA goes, as far as the science side of it goes, man, I don't know. I can't tell you none of that. You know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is that you got this dog. You're going to be honest with moving forward how it's bred. That's the standard for the Shogun Army. You know, they did a lot of great things in the past. We wouldn't have the dogs we have today without the historical dogmen of the past putting in the work to make the dogs what they are. However, with that being said, there were still a lot of things that were done because men are human. This is not to bastardize the dogman of old. This is not to criticize the dogman of old. But they were human, and they had to make moves. They had to get the money to bet to make the great matches that you're talking about. And if they had to let a couple go off of a dog they really didn't want to let it go off of, they might have given you something different in order to raise the purse to make the champions and grand champions that make up your pedigree today. I don't excuse this behavior, but I understand human nature. I don't want to participate in this behavior, but I understand why people do it. And I'm going to give you a metaphor just to help those of y'all who may not be getting my drift just a little bit more. I don't agree with the idea of killing. I don't agree with the idea of selling drugs to people that you know is going to addict them. But when a person is in a specific place where they have to perform self-defense or deployed for the military or break an entry, they still might have to kill because that's the way life is. Or a person that feels like selling drugs, robbing and stealing, or doing things that it might not be necessarily good for the community, may do them because they believe that's the only option that they have at that time. And Abraham Lincoln stated that we are but our enemies. Giving the same opportunities and same choices, we would probably have made the same decisions. All right. This is where the integrity of the Bushido Code comes in, so that we can stop the bleeding in the community. Over to you, Big A.
Oh man. Yeah, man. For me, that's why I take my time and have a process of picking out a dog or finding the direction of where I would get the dog from. Because the dog that I take is a dog that I'm gonna keep, for the most part. If I don't like, it'd be a lot of things that I would see in the dog off the bat that will make me want to either keep it or get rid of the dog. And once I'm committed, then I have a commitment on my hands, man. So that takes a lot out of you. So just doing the due diligence and taking your time, and then at the same time, papers is papers only go so far, man. I mean, you gotta at some point in time, it's got to be about the dog that's standing before you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, Michael Jordan was who Michael Jordan was, but look at Michael MJ's son. Is he performing like his lineage? Does it match up? So yeah.
James made a very valid point, and that's exactly Brother Hemi. He says a good dog is worth more than its pedigree.
Yeah.
In the dogs, not looking back. Absolutely. Very profound statement. Very profound. But yeah, man, I wanted to bring this topic up today, man. I actually put a poll in the chat, just asking, getting the crowdsourcing and seeing where we at as a community. But yeah, man, it's one of those topics that it needs to be talked about, because a lot. I'm not gonna lie, my first two dogs that were registered, I got the paperwork and I never sent off to get it registered my name. I didn't care about it. I didn't care about registering. Back then, 2007, 2008. Back then, I didn't know what a registry was. I just always heard people say papers, and like I said, I was, I thought papers was, taking them to the vet and getting them health checked. I thought that was papers, It took somebody to take me under their wing and show me, this is a registry. It registers the pedigree or the lineage of the dog so you can track it and better keep the record of the animals. Sister Faith was good. Top of the morning.
Good morning.
And yeah, man. And that's when I never became a pet snob. I got blessed to get dogs, 1 yard removed from Carl Cruz and Carl Mims on my first set of registered dogs. So, I'm thankful for that, and I will always echo their names. There's a lot of great brothers to echo Mr. Boudreaux. I got mad respect for Mr. Boudreaux. Mr. Boudreaux is a very, very integral part of what I'm doing now, but I didn't know who Floyd Boudreaux was. But talking to Carl Mims and talking to Carl Cruz and them explaining to me my pedigree to me from the man that made it, man, that was a powerful statement. And that's, hey man, it's certain Red Boy Jocko lines. I don't care to touch them.
Yeah.
I don't care to touch them, not because they're not good, but it's because the same way people scream, Grand Champion Yellow, I didn't even know who Grand Champion Yellow was. And, Carl Cruz and David Tant, they're their brother-in-laws. You know what I'm saying? He never talked about David Tant. He talked about his Rocky stuff. And I was very familiar with the Rocky stuff. So when I see that, I'm very, very passionate about that. And if I was going to go get more Red Boy Jocko dogs, I want to go to the Rocky stuff without the Grand Champion Yellow in it, because of the discrepancies behind the dog man that had Grand Champion Yellow. Everybody knows David Tant was a great dog man. He will forever be cemented into the legacy of a legacy dog man. I'm trying to take Casino boy. Hey, so look, all right, let me give it to you like this, Casino. Let me ask this question. I'm gonna get to you, Sister Faith, as well. So he said, which ones when you deal with? Okay, I don't want none of the Red Devil stuff from David Tant. Other than that, I've had dogs from David Tant down through Walk'em Off. You get what I'm saying? When I see that, if I see that red devil up close, I don't want to do with it personally. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do with it personally. When I go to Mr. Burns, I only want dogs off of Mr. Burns Stumpy, because that was one of the dogs that Carl Cruz spoke highly about. The Burns Stumpy dog. You know, down off of Mr. Carl Mims, I don't even want his Red Boy Jocko stuff. I like his 3/4 Red Boy Snooty stuff. It's a dog named Ritz. He has a half brother named Jigs. Mims Ritz was bred off of Mims Dopey to, I think it was Polly, and I think Jigs was a Dopey Little Amber, or maybe I got them mixed up. But those two, like that dog Ritz, and the history created on Ritz. Ritz went out 22 times and killed all 22 dogs that he was matched into. Historically speaking, this is all hypothetical. I can't prove this, but this is the story I was told, and I believed it. There was no reason to lie. There wasn't even. But them puppies were going for $5,000 in 2008. I'll tell you that, right? I know that for a fact. You know, the Burns Tom Jack Sino, I don't know enough about it to have an opinion. I just know when I see Burns Stumpy, I know that I see some good stuff. I had a pup with a Tom Jack in it. She had a little touch of that in there, but she was highly Niggerino. Her name's Critter. She's down in Mississippi. But I didn't watch her grow up. I didn't have any observances or any direct conversations about Tom Jack. But Burn Stumpy, I heard a lot about Burn Stumpy, good and bad. But the good outweighed the bad to me for Burn Stumpy, you know. So I do want to say that. And then Sister Faith, she said Mims have their own registry. So Mr. Mims did run the registry up until he passed away. Rest in peace to Mr. Mims. And his wife handled it for a little bit, I believe. And then now Titan Kennels actually runs and continues the registration through Bonafide Kennel Club, was the name of the kennel club I was with. Bonafide. Yeah, man, if y'all get down with them, man, shout out to Titan Kennels for keeping the legacy going. You know, I've said things about Titan Kennel, man, but they keeping the legacy going, man. Bonafide, I was so proud of my Bonafide paperwork in 2008. Man, it'll make your head spin how happy I was to see. You know, I didn't know who Carl Mills was when I got the dog's paperwork. And then when I was introduced to him, and he said his name, it didn't even register that it was his name because it's a signature on the Bonafide Kennel registration paperwork. And you know, my mentor actually was like, "Yeah, this is the guy who registered your stuff." You know what I'm saying? I was like, "Oh, you know, that hit different." You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. But Carl had a high level of integrity, so high that the ADBA recognized his paperwork like right off. I had no issues converting my stuff over, and that's another reason why I like to deal with Mr. Mims and with Carl Cruz, man. You know, rest in peace to Carl Cruz. Very, very high level of integrity, and he, man, you know, looking back on it now, when I'm his age or the age he was when he passed away, I think we're gonna have a lot of similarities. You know, our last conversation was not a pretty conversation. He was a bulldog to the way, and I got to get that to him, you know. But our last conversation was basically I was tired. I wasn't tired kicking. I had my stimulus check from President Trump's first presidency, and I was getting ready to move to Texas. And I called Carl Cruz and asked him could he hold the dog until I moved to Texas. I picked it up on my way down. He didn't like that. He didn't like that question very much, you know. And now I can joke about it, but at the time I was mad. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I fired off just like young bucks do. But yeah, man. You know, so that was that. But he was like at the age that I knew him at, I'm going through things now that he went through, and I'm not his age. I'm not old. You know, I can still do things. I'm still physically fit and able. But you know, the dogs are still performing at a high level. I can say that. You know, I can say that. So yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Okay.
What's good, Big A?
Hey, Munch Wayne Moon, what's happening, man?
Top of the morning, Ween. Ween.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Big A, I'm open the panel for the first time this week because I've been having diarrhea out of the mouth.
Yeah.
Open the panel, man. If anybody want to come through and kick it, man, you come through and kick it. I got off my chest, but I want to get off my chest about the topic, you know.
Yeah.
Dog, we can talk, you know, experience my own little shallow experiences in these dogs, or you can share your experiences and enlighten the panel, enlighten the chat about your experiences with these animals. It's not
Yeah.
being right; it's about getting it right. You know,
Mhm.
but I gave you my opinion. I gave you what I believe, and it's kept me safe.
Yeah.
Never not afraid.
Yep. That's why I say, man, for for me, I have my own checks and balances in getting a dog, man. So, it keeps me safe, man. It keeps the ball rolling. So, patience is one of my main things, man. Yeah. Hey, man, doctor, what's happening?
The maddest.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man.
Man.
Um,
Oh man.
so when
What
I,
the, huh? What'd you say?
nah, y'all thought you was about to say something.
Yeah, I about to say how's how's Cassie doing?
She's fine, man. She's fine.
Come back around, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. She's starting to draw up.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, man.
But while we're on
Yeah.
this topic, man, I will say, man, I talk about color a lot, you know, and the colorism of litters and puppies, man. This is why I talk about that. Like I I could care less. Like Saki could have been a brown dog, and my dog would have been the old brown dogs, right? I didn't
Mhm.
start off wanting a buckskin black mask dog. I bred a buckskin red nosed dog to a black dog, right? I didn't know what colors it was going to throw. They were two completely separate bloodlines, right? They were.
Mhm.
So I just want to put that out there. Um, but what I did want is I did my research and I made a post on Instagram, and on that Instagram post, I showed you that Bacardi's last 6 generations were all buckskin red-nosed dogs for most lines. Until you get
Uh-huh.
up to Dynamite, you know what I'm saying, until you get back to Spike, it's pretty much, buckskin of some kind, buckskin of some kind. And then with the Jeep Red Boy Rascal, you had Honey Bunch, Jeep, and Tab in there, that were buckskin dogs as well. So like that gene was prepotent, or that gene was deep in my dogs already.
Mhm.
So my expectations after seeing my first litter, my expectation was, okay, these are the genes that they pull, because we got the Rascal in there. You know what I'm saying? We got the Spike, we got the Frisco all in there. You know what I'm saying? And all of this DNA in my dogs it's all there. They can pull from any of it. But
Mhm.
I learned that my strand specifically pulls from certain things. We got the the little black on the tail. They say might be Honey Bunch. You know what I mean? We got a little bit of excited biting. So they said the only dog I know in my pedigree that I know for a fact was an excited biter, they said was Chinaman. That's a very well known topic, right? So
Yeah.
these traits and qualities, I can't guarantee where they're coming from, but I know the stories behind it, and I know that based upon what I was told about the dog, the pedigree lines up to me. What I'm
Mhm.
supposed to see, I am seeing that, right? Conformational soundness. They said China was greatly conformational sound. You know what I'm saying? They said that Bolio would bit a kid. My dogs will bite you. You know what I'm saying? Like these
Yeah.
things, they said bully son will bite you. My dogs will bite you. So
Mhm.
these things, they individually don't matter. But when you're talking about the pedigree lining up, these are the things that I'm talking about. People go into color. I'm like, color is just a visual indicator that the same genes are present in the next generation. As far
Yeah.
as the gene that produces color, you know what I'm saying? It produces the melanin of the dog, per se, right?
Mhm.
But personalities, learn trainability. Literally, I was always taught before I ever had anything Bolio in my bloodline that Bolio dogs add a level of smarts to the dog. Then I get the dog, and now I got a pit bull that will heel, that'll bark on command, that'll go over fences. And I'm like, I was told Bolio dogs do that, and then I was also told recently by, Tom Varner made a post, and he said, you don't need Bolio and deep amounts. My dogs have trace amounts of Bolio, but I believe those trace amounts are enough for me to get the results I'm getting. And then I share with the internet exactly what it was. This was all hypothesis. an educated guess as to what I would get. And then I show y'all, you know, we're on the 4th generation now of these dogs, and I'm able to, everything I said I was going to do in my first video in 2021, I've been able to do it with the dog based upon believing the specific pedigrees that I was chasing, right? So yeah, I was paper chasing, but I was paper chasing not just the dog, but breeders whose dogs were true to what was the general consensus of the bloodline. Marcel,
yeah. He said he'll be the judge of that.
Well, my question would be this, Marcel, and I know you're just having fun with me, man.
Yeah, man.
Do you train?
Yeah.
Dogs were designed to be easy to train, easy to work, easy to show, right? With the propensity to be able to do bite work, right? So if you want to use them for something different, that's cool. But once again, you know, would you get a Red Boy Jocko dog that you didn't expect to have deep game and to have a level of roughness and mouth? Would you get an Eli dog that didn't match the qualities of an Eli dog? Mm-hmm. So when you say these things, man, you know, and I know, like I said, you just having fun with me, bro. This is not to blast you out, but you raised the conversation, so I want to give a counter statement to that, man. You know.
Yeah. What's happening, Dewan?
Yeah, top of the morning, man. Top of the morning.
Hey. Yeah, man.
Okay, so Wayne just gave another golden jewel, man. Shout out to Wayne Moon for that, man. He says, Shogun Drake, the snooty blood through Mims represents Carver match dogs. Just my opinion. Okay, agree with you on that. And I'm not gonna lie to you, Wayne. I'm not just looking for. We got it in our camp already, but I would like a high percentage Mims jigs or Ritz bred dog. I don't see a lot of the Ritz bred dogs. So a lot of people didn't know about Ritz, but I had a Mims jigs dog. She's tattooed on my chest, right? And when I tell you, like, people like to say the Red Boy or Red Boy Jocko dogs can like mouth. This dog, I keep telling this story over and over again. I left home. I went to work. I let this dog out on a tie-out hide. When I got back, she was exhausted, still tugging on that hide. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a 4 8-hour shift. I was working at the Big Blue store in Elizabethtown, North Carolina. And but I was gone for a good 6 hours, you know what I'm saying, including transit there and back. And when I came home, that dog was still out there, you know, basically exhausted on that hide. And I didn't know I wasn't using the hide to work the dog. At this time, I didn't understand working the dog. I'm gonna be real with you. Back then, you know what I'm saying, this is 2009. I've had the dog for about a year now. And at this time, my goal was basically to stop everybody in the neighborhood. I wanted to stop anybody who was walking something that looked like my dog in the neighborhood, you know. And so I didn't know nothing about working them. I just know you pay good. And this is the mindset of a lot of these guys on the internet, y'all. Like, they're not gonna tell you this because why would they tell you? You know, who wants to look green? I don't mind looking green. I've been green, I'm gonna stay green, and green is a sign of growth. You know what I'm saying? A banana don't turn yellow till it's ripe and ready to eat. And I don't want to be that right now. I'm too young for that. But it's I bought bad dogs. I ain't gonna say it was bad dogs. I bought dogs that couldn't survive my inexperience, right? And when I finally got that Mims dog, her level of skill superseded my level of inexperience. Because, you know, back then it was just pop the collars and let them go. Pop the collars and let them go. But that was the first dog that exceeded my expectations in that regard, where, okay, who can stop me? That's how I felt. Who can stop me? You know? And that's just, I'm gonna leave it at that, you know.
Yeah, man. If you Marcel, man, if you really into it, man, you could always get into that training, man. It's never too late to do that. Yeah.
They said these dogs need something to do. Can't expect to see what you want if you're not working them. Yep, that's true.
Yeah.
And it says Dewan, yes, that was mentioned. I checked in with Nim's wife had it. Wasn't sure who took over after her. Yep. And then Marcel said, I'm still green on. Yeah, we all are. Now I'm green as they come, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not embarrassed to say I'm green. I'm green, but I do a lot of things, and that's why I share my experiences, because there's a lot of things I've done that boxmen haven't done. You know what I'm saying? Like the process I'm going through now, bottle feeding these puppies. Like that's a unique thing that until you go through it, you don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the process right now of converting them from just milk to mush. So I bought some puppy food, and I mushed it up, and I put some of the current milk replacement they own in there. Let me let Casino in.
Yeah.
But yeah. What's good, big dog?
You can hear me?
Yes, sir.
Now, I had a little 2 cents about, you were saying different ways that reasons that people hang papers and stuff.
Yeah.
It's another perspective too. Like, well, if you able to go to people's yard and stuff like that, this is probably one that you would know about. But some people best dog on their yard won't have no papers, right?
Yeah.
But they'll have a bunch of dogs with papers.
Yeah.
And they'll just they'll breed the dog with no papers and give you the papers for the dog that do got papers. So you'll be thinking you got the dog. You'll be thinking that you got a different bloodline than you do, and he might not even know the bloodline of the dog. He just knows it's a good dog. You know what I'm saying? But he ain't gonna tell you that. But that's something you'll see. I've seen that in real life. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody will have a dog that's an excellent dog, but he don't know what it is. But he'll just put it in the paperwork. Like he won't even put it in the paperwork. Like you'll never see that dog name in the paperwork, but that dog is the dad. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I've seen that in real life. So I just want to let people know that. Just be careful about that too.
But I see, Casino, I'm glad you said that because I know guys that got paperless dogs that are stopping all kind of paper that were stopping all kind of paper dogs, and they never hung the papers. They sold them as is, and we're still getting $1,500 for them because the dogs were worth the money.
Right, but some people they'll just lie because in recent, like how it is now, you can't be as open with the success of your dog in certain ways. You know what I'm saying? Some people, you know what I'm saying, they can't tell the world why this dog is special, if you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, yes sir.
So in order for them to make money off the puppies and they know they got a good dog, they'll lie on that shit. And then, it just is what it is.
Yeah, man. Whenever money gets involved, cheating gets involved, man. The love of money is the root of all evil. You know what I'm saying? And we come from a capitalist society. Our government is built on capitalism. You know what I'm saying? So like why would the people be any different if they're being governed by a government that believes that way? Welsh says all y'all paperwork wrong. LOL. Y'all was on Carver Yard? Question. And he says paperwork don't do any work. I will say this. It doesn't. However, if you come from, okay, I'll give you an example. If somebody is breeding consistently and they're showing you consistency in their litters, right? I'm typically going to go to that breeder first, not because the stuff behind them was right, but with them, the traits, the characteristics, the aspects of their dogs, I trust that a little bit more than going to somebody I don't know, even if the bloodline is the same or considered better on paper. The dog man that the dog man you can talk to, you can watch his practices. You can, like Big A will tell you right now, I have a yard accident a year. You know what I'm saying? I do different things. I do some stuff that people consider stupid. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, man, I'm building a dog that can survive my stupidity. That's my job for my yard. Is build a dog that can survive my stupidity. And it just so happens that I noticed that one of the things that was being prepotent in my bloodline was a lot of them were coming out of buckskin. So I just stuck with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, cool. Like this is a quality that helps me understand how well I'm breeding. As a breeder, how consistent is my stock, right? And I this is the first time I actually addressed myself as a breeder, but I guess you can call. I bred a couple litters of puppies. You know what I'm saying? But nah, man, like Casino, that's real. But that thing you said about the unpapered dogs, man, the best dogs I've seen. It didn't matter whether they had papers or not. It mattered how they were taken care of and how they were checked. You know what I'm saying?
I had a yard a long time ago full of unpapered dogs, but I didn't ever sell dogs. I just had dogs and shit. If it was a good dog, You know what I'm saying? It was a good dog. I had a mom, a dad, and the kids and shit. Long time ago. I was probably like 21. But I had, it was brindle and black and shit. But they was some good dogs. You know what I mean? But I wasn't ever advertising them, or I wasn't even thinking about nothing like that with the dogs. Like, I just, you know what I'm saying? So when when you see somebody who got a dog that's on paper and they be lying and shit, well, you won't even know they lying. It's just somebody I know personally. Like, I know somebody like that be lying, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I guess I really talk about that. Like, people who probably dealt with this dude probably never know, you know what I'm saying? And the dog's probably good. It just, I feel like he felt the need to lie because of how it is. Like, people say that they don't care about no papers and shit, but that dude, he'll have a hard time trying to sell a dog that ain't got no papers. So he just figured he'd lie, which is wrong. That's wrong. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying the way people glorify paperwork is why people get lied to. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That's why you get lied to, because it's like shit. They
Yeah.
Say this, man. If they perform at the end of the day, man, like, look, if you got your paperwork, maintain it. Do the responsibility, maintain it. If you don't got it, let them build it off the merit. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I give you an example. My dogs are straight up internet dogs, right? I show them on the internet. I show them all the time. I do all the training and stuff, man. Like, people don't buy my dogs because they are grand champions. They buy my dogs because they like what they see. You know what I'm saying? They buy them because they like what they see. So, it's the dog before them. They don't, like, a lot of people don't even know what my pedigree is. Until it's spread okay, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna let Wes have the floor. What's good, big dog?
What's good? I came in late on the subject. I just now seen it pop up. But I'm just gonna say this. This whole paperwork thing, if you got you a good bulldog and you find out the paperwork wrong or whatever the case may be, that shit don't even matter. Because at the end of the day, if you got you a good bulldog, if that bulldog passed all your classes, flying colors, that's the beginning of your paperwork. Unless you trying to breed backwards and you breeding for names and you want to keep those names in there. Because if that's not the case, it should be no discussion about the paperwork if you're moving forward with performance. And that's all I got to say about that part. Because at the end of the day, we dealing with performance dogs, not bullies with all these champions that can't walk across the showroom floor. We dealing with performance dogs. So most of the time when I hear people talk about this situation with the paperwork and if this dog belonged to it, at the end of the day, it's been publicly said by countless older dog men that tell you most of the cover shit you didn't know. You gonna get a good bulldog, but 9 times out of 10, the top side might be wrong, the bottom side might be wrong, but you're getting you a good bulldog. He's not the only one. He's just the most known one for that.
Yeah.
So a lot of y'all paperwork already wrong in the first fucking place.
Yeah, agreed. But
so
I see what you're saying, but I disagree to a certain extent because like somebody might want to. You looking for the best performance dogs to put together, but somebody might be wanting to find the best performance dog that got something to do with their dog anyway. Like if they know that their dog is Red Boy Jocko, you know what I'm saying, they might be looking for the best Red Boy Jocko performance dog, or they might be looking to make a pure line. You know what I'm saying? They might want to keep the line going, but now they can't because
that go back to what I said earlier, Casino. If you're going to yards and seeing families of dogs, that paperwork talk go out the window. You just said you want the same dog that's dealing with that dog. Why are you not going to look for the family of dogs? Why are you relying on looking at the writing on the paperwork?
Well, some people can't go to people's yards. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying, you know what I mean? I don't totally disagree, but I don't totally agree because I feel like paperwork is important if you're trying to build, you know what I'm saying, something consistent. You know what I'm saying? Like if you don't mind not ever seeing that dog again, like if the dog in front of you if you don't mind never seeing it again, then I guess paperwork might not matter, but it's gonna be pretty hard to recreate that
No,
shit.
paperwork matters. It matters. I'm the main one that talk about paperwork. But my thing is with the paperwork, I don't give a fuck about that paperwork if I'm not developing or I can't go see the family of dogs. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's the same thing like when America's cash was still backed by gold. If that paperwork don't mean shit for real, if you cannot go see them families of dogs. So
Oh, that's it.
you looking at the paperwork, but if a motherfucker sell you a pure red boy dog and the paperwork say red boy Jocko, guess what? Your paperwork's still wrong, big fella. So again, you might not be able to go on different properties, but you do have some public breeders with heavy red boy Jocko dogs. Go to their yards first. Look around. Look at the markings. Make sure everybody lined up. See how they act. See if he can put you in contact with somebody else. Don't just rely on private camps, because a lot of public people got good working dogs also.
Yeah.
So to say you can't go see this and that, I gotta call bullshit on that, because I know people who just got in the game and they walking on different yards and they ain't had no connect. So I can't agree with that.
Hey,
No, I go on yards, you know what I'm saying? But I know a lot of people who might not be able to, you know what I'm saying? But
You gotta build your own paperwork at the end of the day. Because I'm the main nigga who advertise for paperwork. But again, if you're not building a family of dogs, then you can't go see the family of dogs, then that whole paperwork shit just go out the window. Because again,
yeah, you shouldn't. I mean, I would suggest don't even get no dog for somebody who's being secretive about the dogs. Like if they being too secretive about what they got anyway, I would that's a red flag to me. You know what I'm saying?
That too.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, brother, we hear this paperwork conversation come up at least 3 times a month. And okay, let fuck it. He's a public man. Let's say Gardner, Floyd, all them people. They got families of dogs. So even if you get one of their dogs without paperwork, guess what? You can still go see 50 of the siblings on the male side. You can still go see 200 bitches on the female side. That's more valuable than paperwork, because you can see the physical dogs that's alive.
Yeah.
So again, getting a dog with paperwork from Joe Blow versus a person who got 7 to 20 generations of working stock that's in multiple people's hands, that's better than paperwork. But yes, you need your good paperwork to move forward. If you're building, if you're leveling up and not moving backwards, you're going to create your own new paperwork.
Hey, I do want to say this though. So one of the things that was really profound to me was, if I was buying a dog from a dog man of the past, I didn't know, I'm going first to the ones that was on YouTube back in the day. It was on YouTube, making the yard video tours. So I get, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't have to, like, I've never had to physically be there for you to show me. Now we're in the internet era where you can show it. So like if y'all both got Red Boy Jocko dogs, but this guy is showing them so I can see them grow up, I can see 3 or 4 generations online, you know what I'm saying? I'm going with that guy. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what you got or how profound your dog is. Like, this guy is willing to put his money where his mouth is, you know what I'm saying? And show the work. You know what I'm saying? And like maybe I missed out on a good dog, but I'll get what I saw. You know what I'm saying? I can compare and contrast, like Welsh was saying. So yeah, man, I thought it was a really good cook.
Yeah. See, bottom line, just, you know, if you care about papers, make sure that you dealing with somebody reputable. And if you don't care about it, then, you know, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? More power to you. Get the dog that you like. I hope you like the dog.
Yeah,
you got to do your due diligence, no matter how you look at it.
You just got to yeah, that whole paper talk, man, it's if I'm gonna say this, I ain't trying to offend nobody, but as much as people focus on this paperwork, if they put that same energy to improving their yard, they'd be in a better place right now. There's too much energy on this paperwork and not on the dogs.
Yeah.
It's too much.
This is my first time. This is my first time being in a conversation about paperwork.
Because for Samurai, let me give you a perfect example. Let's say Bang paperwork was wrong, right? I got the paperwork, but let's say it was wrong. Bang still is producing. Bang still have kids that's winning. Bang still got people that's coming to stud. That's creating whole new paperwork moving forward because I don't move backwards.
And Red Boy in general, you know.
So the people got to stop worrying about certain things. And again, if you're not out here trying to peddle puppies and you call yourself a bulldog, man, that you breeding on performance. Well, remember, every time you breed, it go forward, not backwards. So y'all gotta listen to some of these people when they talking about paperwork and some of the words that they using, because they'll let you know that they really just trying to breed backwards, and that's impossible.
So I'm gonna give you another example of like what paperwork. I would say it don't matter as much as the dog, right? This is my closing remark on this, and I'm gonna pass the mic back over. I to this day don't know how Red Boy was truly bred. I've heard so many stories about it. There's discrepancies behind Red Boy, but unless you just one of the people that just don't like Red Boy dogs, you got it somewhere in there. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how he was bred before him, but everything that came after him, people tried to keep it to whatever that dog was by inbreeding on him so much. So,
say it again, Sarah.
you know what I'm saying? Like to this day, it's discrepancies. You know what I'm saying? It's discrepancies. You know, some people say he's more bred like Medlin's Outlaw, like his so-called half brother. You know, Donovan Jeff. But I don't know. Nor do I care. I wasn't there, but I know what we breed today is based upon that dog, not his pedigree.
Exactly.
On that dog,
but hold on.
I could agree with
who got it. Move forward with it. They move forward with it while knowing what they was dealing with.
Yeah, I mean, but that's how long ago was Red Boy alive?
That nigga been dead since what the 70s?
Yeah.
Like that
Okay,
was,
so so that's the 70s, right? I wasn't even born, right? So the way I look at it, right? The way I look at it, like there's a lot of bloodlines that is discrepancies, you know what I'm saying, from back in the day. Like I hear shit about Carver, I hear shit about a lot of different people, but I'm like, if I'm gonna get one, if I'm getting a dog and it's supposed to have some paperwork, I don't want, like, if it is Red Boy, I want that to be the only real discrepancy. Like, it should be at least 4 generations that's accurate. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, I want some accuracy. Like, I mean, yeah, they lied back then, but like, shit, bro, when I get my dog, I want that shit to be goddamn accurate. You know what I'm saying? As far like, I mean, it won't be accurate at Red Boy, but that's back in the 70s. But everything after that, or close to everything after that, I would expect it to be accurate. You know what I'm saying? But you know, but like I said, I've had dogs that ain't had no papers either. Like I had, like that's how I started off with none but paperwork, like dogs with no paperwork. You know what I'm saying? So I understand that perspective too.
Hey, y'all brothers, we at that hour mark, man. Y'all go and make y'all rounds, bro. If we need to revisit this, we can revisit on Saturday where I can go longer.
Shit, salute to everybody, man. Casino Life Prayers, man. Keep rocking with the Shogun Unlimited. You know what I mean? Until next time, salute everybody.
Salute.
Yeah, y'all boys stay up. Read that paperwork tonight. Y'all boys stay up.
That boy a fool with a big A.
Hey, man. Y'all know what it is. Men at work won't be airing today. Mr. CEO got some something to handle. He got, like situations, man. But it is what it is. But we will be back tomorrow, though. And if you ain't a member, I don't know what you're doing. You need to be a member, man. Come join this movement, man. All we doing is celebrating the community and the dogs within it. and the people behind it. But you know, salute to the chat. Salute to everybody who taking care of their dogs and putting it down, man. But other than that, that's it, bro.
Yeah, man. Appreciate that, Big A, man. I appreciate you, Brother Welsh and Brother Casino. Y'all came through with unique perspectives. This should have been a Saturday episode because, like, this Saturday, man, y'all be prepared to delve into this a little bit more or something similar to it. I do have the schedule out Monday through Friday. If y'all got topics y'all want covered, man, shout out to Heart Finish. He always, if he wants a topic to discuss, he hit me up.
Big C too.
What's up?
A Big C too.
Yeah, they'll tell me like, hey, bro, like y'all need to talk about this. And so yeah, man, we hear y'all. We take heed, and we just appreciate y'all to the fullest. Aside from that, though, y'all know we like to end the show with a prayer. So what I would like to do is I would like for everybody who cares to pray with me to stay. If you don't care for it, you know, it's fine. You can leave, and it's no smoke. I don't force religion on you, but I do share it willingly, freely. So here we go. May the Lord watch between you and me while we are absent one from another. Amen.
Amen.
For the love of the dogs.
For the love of the game.
Peace.
Peace.
Yeah. Beat drop, slow, head nod, flow. Blood don't lie, it's that old yellow line. Sack it from the south, Michonne on the rise. Boogeyman bark, leave a mark every time. We don't breathe for clout, we breathe for spine. DNA thick, can't clone this pride. That Shogun blood, yeah, the legends don't die. Started with Boogeyman, ghost in the chain, locked in the game, never moved for fame. Old mountain lions run deep in the flame. Sock about the fire, Michonne brought the name. Then came Fat Boy, muscle in the frame. Man, hard, put respect on the name. Shotgun smooth, but the work insane. Sugar sweet jit, but a bite ain't tame. Kiki in the back, had a game in the veins. Gatorade heavy, ran it straight through the rain. Red Ninja close, watch him work in the lane. Renegade rider can't hold that chain. Blood don't lie, it's that old yellow line. Sock it from the south, Michonne on the rise. Boogeyman bark, leave a mark every time. We don't breathe for clout, we breathe for spine. DNA thick, can't clone this pride. That Shogun blood, yeah, the legends don't die. Ain't no luck, just grit and grind. Every dog here put work in time. Lady Rage got that fire in her eyes. Red alert taught us how to recognize signs. Blood heavy like a 2-ton chain. Everything proven, no need to explain. They asked what's in it, that yellow campaign. Built off real, we don't fake no strain. Second with the flame, Michonne lit the wick. If you know, then you know that line too slick. From the field to the show, every move so thick you can't blueprint this. It's the legacy pick. Blood don't lie, it's that old yellow line. Sack it from the south, Michonne on the rise. Boogeyman bark, leave a mark every time. We don't breathe for clout, we breathe for spine. DNA thick, can't clone this pride. That Shogun blood, yeah, the legends don't die.